Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're doing well. My name is Alexandra, and welcome to a special episode of your Royal Daily News, the Proclamation of King Frederik X of Denmark. This afternoon in Copenhagen, Her Majesty, Queen Margrethe II of Denmark, the longest reigning monarch in Danish history, abdicated the throne in favor of her son, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Frederik of Denmark, during the meeting of the Council of State at Christiansborg Slot. In her traditional New Year's speech on December 31st, 2023, the Queen explained why she was stepping down, stating, quote, "In February this year, I underwent extensive back surgery. Everything went well thanks to the competent health personnel who took care of me. Inevitably, the operation gave cause to thoughts about the future, whether now would be an appropriate time to pass on the responsibility to the next generation. I have decided that now is the right time." End quote. So here we are. At 2 p.m., Her Majesty, Queen Margrethe II of Denmark, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Frederik of Denmark, His Royal Highness Prince Christian of Denmark, the Queen's Cabinet Secretary, Mr. Henning Fogh, the Prime Minister of Denmark, Ms. Mette Frederiksen, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Lars Rasmussen, and select members of the government arrived in the State Council chamber to participate in the meeting of the Council of State at Christiansborg Slot. As members of the Council of State took their seats and settled in, the Queen opened a folder and began to sign the Declaration of Abdication. With 2 quick strokes of the pen, hence signing her name twice, it was over. Then Her Majesty Queen Margrethe, which is now her official style and title, said "Tak," stood up, smiled, and left the council chamber. Before she left, Her Majesty Queen Margrethe asked her son to sit. Wearing his naval uniform, just like his grandfather, King Frederik IX, wore during his proclamation in 1947, immediately took the seat at the end of the table. Crown Prince Christian, the heir to the Danish throne, sat to the right of the king, as he now has a permanent seat in the Council of State. At 2:30 p.m., Their Majesties King Frederik X and Queen Mary of Denmark hosted a reception at Christiansborg Slot for specially invited guests, including the Queen's eldest sister, Mrs. Jane Stevens, and the King's younger brother, His Royal Highness Prince Joachim of Denmark. A half an hour later, it was time for the proclamation. As His Majesty the King stepped out onto the balcony at Christiansborg Slot, thousands of happy Danes and tourists from around the world erupted with cheers and applause. A visibly moved king smiled and waved. Then the Prime Minister of Denmark, Ms. Mette Frederiksen, stepped out onto the balcony to give her speech and to proclaim Frederik X as King of Denmark. Immediately after the proclamation of the king, 27 cannon shots were fired 3 times from the Sixtus Battery by the Navy's military police guard on Holmen in Copenhagen. Moments later, His Majesty King Frederik X of Denmark gave a speech stating, quote, "My mother, Her Majesty Queen Margrethe II, has ruled Denmark for 52 years. Through a half-century, she has followed the times with our common heritage as a starting point. She will forever be remembered as a regent beyond the ordinary. My mother, like few, has managed to become one with her kingdom. Today, the throne passes on. My hope is to become a gathering king of tomorrow. It is a task that I have approached all my life. It is a responsibility that I take on with respect, pride, and great joy. It is a deed I will make an effort to carry through the trust I encounter. I will need all the support I can get from my beloved wife, from my family, from you, and from that which is greater than us. I face the future with the certainty that I am not alone, connected, obligated, for the Kingdom of Denmark." End quote. Then, Her Majesty Queen Mary of Denmark appeared on the balcony, along with Crown Prince Christian, Princess Isabella, Prince Vincent, and Princess Josephine of Denmark. At 3:30 p.m., Their Majesties King Frederik X and Queen Mary of Denmark departed from Christiansborg Slot in the gold wedding carriage, escorted by the Guard Hussar Regiment's mounted squadron to Frederik VIII's palace at Amalienborg. The day ended with a transfer of flags and banners and the royal family appearing on the balcony at Frederik VIII's palace at Amalienborg. Meanwhile, the Royal Court of Denmark released the king's official monogram. Designed by Ronnie Anderson with digital assistance from artist Stefan Leigard, the monogram features two mirrored Fs with a Roman numeral 10 in the middle. So, what's next for the king? Well, on Monday, tomorrow, the royal family will attend a reception at Danish Parliament. On Sunday, January 21st, the royal family will attend a celebratory service at Aarhus Cathedral. At this time, it is unknown if their majesties will carry on the tradition of participating in the annual summer cruise aboard the royal yacht Dannenbrog across the kingdom, or hold a summer photo call at Gråsten Slot with members of the royal family. As for a potential state visit this year, I'm going to assume that there will be one, either to the Kingdom of Norway or the Kingdom of Sweden. Speaking of Sweden, His Majesty King Carl Gustaf of Sweden issued a statement ahead of Her Majesty Queen Margrethe II of Denmark's abdication, stating, quote, "Your Majesty, dear cousin Daisy, when you resign today from high office as Queen of Denmark, I want to express my warm thanks for the good cooperation over the years. You now enter a changed role, but the friendship between us remains, heartfelt and constant. As Denmark's queen, you have been a guarantor of the closeness and affection that today prevails between our countries and houses. For this, I want to thank you in particular. On this historic day, my family and I wish you happiness and prosperity in success. Signed, Carl Gustaf R." End quote. His Majesty King Harald V of Norway issued a statement to the new King and Queen of Denmark, stating, quote, "Your Majesties, dear Frederik and Mary, my family and I wish to convey our warmest congratulations to you as Denmark's new King and Queen. You are succeeding a monarch who has fulfilled her function with exceptional commitment. Her Majesty Queen Margrethe has followed her country and her people through times of joy and sorrow with warmth, wisdom, and dedication. For more than 50 years, she has devoted herself to Denmark with infectious humor accompanied by deep insight and knowledge. And with the staunch support of her immediate family, the close friendship between our two families means a great deal to all of us. Now it's your turn to carry the legacy forward and follow Denmark into a new age. I am confident that you will flourish in your new role. My family and I hope and pray that you will be given the strength and support that you need to carry out your calling. Signed, Harald R." End quote. In Den Haag, their Majesties King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima of the Netherlands and Her Royal Highness Princess Beatrix of the Netherlands issued a statement as well, stating, quote, "After 52 years, Denmark is getting a new head of state today. With warmth and affection, we honor Queen Margrethe for her unconditional and remarkable commitment to Denmark. We look forward to meeting King Frederik X and Queen Mary in their new role and continue to cherish the close friendship between the Netherlands and Denmark." End quote. And finally, in Brussels, the Belgian Royal Court issued a statement on behalf of their Majesties King Philippe and Queen Mathilde of the Belgians, stating, quote, "Queen Margrethe II of Denmark abdicated today in favor of her son, bringing an end to the longest reign in Danish history. For 52 years as sovereign, she put the interests of the Danish nation and the people first. Her way of exercising the royal function and her dedication will remain an example to all of us. The King and the Queen have warm memories of each of their encounters with the Queen. They wish King Frederik X and Queen Mary of Denmark all the best in their new roles. May this new era for the Danish nation be filled with happiness and prosperity." End quote. His Majesty King Charles III of the United Kingdom also sent his best wishes to the new King and Queen of Denmark. So, a new reign begins in the Kingdom of Denmark. Congratulations to their Majesties King Frederik X and Queen Mary of Denmark, and to the people of Denmark. Long live the King. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I really do appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow on Monday, January 15th with all the latest royal news, including 2 events from the Principality of Monaco, the Kingdom of Spain, the Kingdom of Denmark, Brunei, and much more. Until then, I sincerely wish each and every one of you a wonderful afternoon and a great week ahead. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Okay, again, have a wonderful afternoon, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.